So I think just designing for that elastic capacity, horizontal scale, a lot of those patterns are really well addressed through cloud. So we have certainly a cloud native strategy for a lot of our new development and platform as we try to build and pivot to the cloud.
So from a client perspective, the automation gains are with removing all of the repetitive non-value add type of tasks that are kind of mandatory part of the daily workflow, starting with everything from how the data gets into client environments, finishing the day with how data gets distributed out to interested parties to wherever the data needs to go. And then internally for Linedata, one of the areas where we're really reaping benefits of automation is around our testing, our software development cycle. My group particularly has really benefited from a lot of that because we're constantly looking to take the latest and greatest pieces of functionality. Now those come in a higher quality and much more efficiently to us because of just automating that testing cycle.
And it's actually interesting. So I think one aspect of it is how do we solve internally? For us, a big part of that is these cloud-based solutions that I talked about. But the other interesting angle that we observed last year was just across the industry, you need everybody to sort of be able to scale. Otherwise, if a few platforms are down, that has an impact on our operational processes. And suddenly the next day, it creates havoc for an operational flow, even if our system's held up. So how do we scale for that as well? And obviously, we'd rather not have those situations. And it's important for us to sort of move in that scale direction as an industry, but internally we have to be prepared for that as well.
As just a rule of thumb, we always have to ensure that we can do 2.5 times our volume. So we're constantly architecting our systems and our applications to ensure we can scale and support that no matter what. So it's a big part of our annual investment is providing the assurance that our applications and our systems are scaling with what we're seeing the market volumes do. And that, thankfully, we've been able to manage that without a hitch, but there's, that doesn't come without constant investment and reassessment of those solutions. I think a lot of what we're looking to do in the modernization of DTC is also building more modular-based services that interface more less as monolithic applications, more as individual services that have a lot of scalability and resiliency built into them. So you can introduce change faster, but you can also ensure that you've got more and more resiliency built in and you're able to scale up service and grow and support that type of volume. We are also putting quite a bit of effort into our alerting and monitoring, because one of the things we've noticed with these high volume days is it's not just ourselves, it's our clients. So we want to proactively identify anomalies in our client behavior so that even if it's a high volume day, but we can identify, we always receive allocation volume from this client at this particular time. We've received nothing. How can we proactively alert them? So I think it's a combination of those three from our perspective.
Some of the things that have helped us be successful, I think having that clear vision and stakeholder buy-in up front, but then being able to translate that into phases and incremental milestones that deliver value along the way. And then I think within that context of, let's just say, these phase milestones that might be 3 to 6 months apart, we have an agile sort of development approach that just helps us sort of keep evolving, learning, and pivoting as we move forward. So I think that those really some function of a vision, stakeholder buy-in, phasing, and the agile development approach has certainly been key to sort of our progress. Also, I think as Justin alluded to earlier, a big part of it is our software development processes, automated testing, and how do we sort of prepare ourselves for rapid change rather than have it's not just the investment platform that has to scale, but also the software development and processes around it.